Hello, 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 hello. How is it going, everybody? Welcome to a new series, MALF Plays Monster Train. If you don't know what Monster Train is, it's a deck building game combined with a dash of tower defense. It's pretty neat. A lot of people that enjoy Slay the Spire, I'm seeing, tend to enjoy this. There are some similarities, there are some differences, and we'll get into them. There's a laundry list of things in this game, and if you're not paying attention, you might be a little bit overwhelmed. So this first video is probably going to be a little bit longer than they typically would be, just because I want to spend a little time explaining things as we go to people that have never seen this game before. So if you've seen this and been playing it, I do apologize, but it's a fun game, and if me explaining things and going a little bit slower gets some more people into it, I consider that a win. Anyways, one last thing before I get into it. I am working on an existing save file. I thought about maybe doing a wipe and all that kind of stuff, but it's it's not ideal. I will say my one thing I would like, well, there's maybe more than one thing, but one of the things I would like to see in a game like this is, save files, save slots, so that, obviously for doing stuff on Twitch and YouTube, it makes it easy. You can have a save file for YouTube, you could have a save file for Twitch, maybe you have a personal save file, who knows. It's a nice little touch. So that said, I'll show you my logbook quickly here. So again, for anybody unfamiliar with the game, the logbook is just going to show us our progress thus far in the save file. So starting, we'll start actually on the right side here. So in this game, you can see clan progress. There are 5 different clans. You have the Hellhorned, Awoken, Stygian Guard, who I actually refer to as Stephen Gord, so get used to that. Hello, Stephen. Umbra and Melting Remnant. So each of these, they have, like I said, it's a deck building game, so they have different types of decks with different card mechanisms and stuff. Different ways you play them. So that's the 5 different ones. And then you can see you can get up to level 10 with each of these. So I've already gotten the Awoken up to level 10. The Stephen Gord are almost to level 10, and so on and so forth. So as well, if you are getting this game and you start out, you don't have all of these unlocked. You need to play with earlier the Hellhorned and so on and so forth, and then you eventually unlock these other guys. So in the middle column here, it just shows you your victories with the clans. So another neat element is when you go in and you start a run, you pick a primary clan, and then you have a secondary clan. So in this run here, it was Hellhorned and Awaken victory. And then I haven't done the other combinations, so that would be Hellhorned, Stephen Gord, Hellhorned Umbra, Hellhorned Melting Remnant, so on and so forth. And then you go down, you can see Awoken. I've done Awoken, Hellhorned, Awoken, Stephen Gord, so on and so forth. And you also see the little number under here. It's that's the Covenant rank you beat it on. Covenant rank is basically, it's just adding some spice, adding some difficulty. So you can see on the left side here, this is my friends list. You can see other people playing the game, what Covenant rank they're on. So 25 is like, that's as high as it goes. And the game, it gradually gets more difficult. So maybe the enemies you fight will have more attack, they'll have more defense, like crazy buffs. There's different things. I don't even want to imagine what it's like up at Covenant 25. But, again, that's not something I've been focusing on too much per se. I've got up to level 7, but again, kind of casually just playing and enjoying the game. And lastly, on the right side here, you can see card collection. So as you play and level up, you unlock cards, and then when you get victories, as well, you basically get the cards become gilded. It doesn't really affect the actual gameplay. The cards, they have a gold frame and they look fancier. So it kind of shows that I still have some cards over here to have in my deck on a victory to get them gilded. So yeah, we're getting there. What I'm gonna do for the sake of this video, rather than starting on Covenant 7, we're just gonna start on the lowest level, and we're gonna work our way up, hopefully with each episode. So at a certain point, I expect to catch up to the Covenant rank 7, and then hopefully in the YouTube series we'll surpass that. I've been playing this a lot on stream, and my intent is to maybe not play quite as much on stream and just have some videos more over here on the YouTube. So let's get a run going. Loading. All right, so you get to pick your primary clan. We're gonna start at the top. I don't really have a ton of playtime with the Hellhorned, but you know, this should be fine. Rally the aggressive demons of the Scorched Plains, overwhelm Seraph and imps, and damaging warriors. Seraph is the big boss dude, and so the Hellhorns, you do a lot of damage. It's like kind of like brute force for the most part. And then as well, there are imps, different types of imps and stuff, which are kind of cool to play with. So we're going to go with them. And I am going to go with Awoken just because I feel really comfortable with them. And I know a lot of the cards and all that sort of stuff. I want to ease into it today. So I will put us down to Covenant Disabled just for the first one, just to get a better idea and then make it a little bit easier on myself. And then tomorrow, assuming this is a win, we'll go to Covenant 1, Covenant 2, so on and so forth. So a neat thing about this game, and also a frustrating thing, is the final boss is always the Seraph guy, but it's like Seraph the something. So today he's the Diligent. The end is near. The Great Trader will devour your spells. You better bring more of them if you hope to succeed. So when you're learning this game for the first time, like, it doesn't really tell you too much. Like, what does devour your spells mean? So there are spell cards, and when you actually fight this guy, he's the 8th and final boss, right? What happens is every time you, every turn you have, the first spell card you play is consumed. And what consumed means is you can only, once it's consumed in a game, in that fight, it cannot be played again. So they tell you what the boss is at the start, so you don't build a deck that is just maybe nothing but spells, because then you're gonna be up a certain poopy creek without a paddle by the time you get to the boss. So it's your choice, of course, but it's something to keep in mind. So when you start, we're on this little, monster train. We're on a train, and there's a map up here. Not a lot of people seem to know about it, but it tells you the different levels. So right now we start in Limbo, and then we move to the Cliffs of Fallen Souls, so on and so forth. So in each of these levels, we will fight a boss at the end of it, and there's also different shops and events and stuff we can do on the way there. In the first one, we get to it's always choosing your champion, and it's always gaining a free artifact. Artifacts are like relics. Well, you'll see. So we're gonna pick here. Sketches of Salvation or Trader's Quill. Sketches is pretty fun. So at the start of battle, summon 4 random units from your deck on the middle floor. I'll explain what that is in a minute. Trader's Quill, when a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. So that actually synergizes pretty well with the boss that we're gonna fight, because anytime the first spell we play each turn is given Consume. So it's like, all right, if we're gonna be consuming this, we might as well go down swinging and do 30 damage to the front enemy unit. So that's actually not necessarily a bad thing to have. But That said, I'm still probably going to avoid doing a spell-centric deck. Sketches of Salvation is cool with a caveat. So, at the start of battle, summon 4 random units from your deck on the middle floor. This means that instead of spending energy summoning your minions, they get put on the middle floor, which you'll see in a moment here. But they kind of get put in whatever order they are put. So you don't get to choose. That said, there are other cards we could get that allow us to change. But I'm going to go with it. It's a bit risky right now, but it could be fun. Now, champions. So each clan has one champion, and there's different versions of the champion. So this guy, and they're randomly. You only get to pick between 2 at the start of a run, but there are more than 2 to pick from. But in this case, we've got Brawler and Reaper. Brawler, he starts with 10 armor and multi-strike 1, and then Reaper, on Slay, he gets plus 10 attack. So Slay is just something that triggers when you kill an enemy. So he starts with 25 attack and 6 health, but every time this champion in particular deals the killing blow, he gets an additional 10 attack. So you go 25, 35, 45. So that's pretty good. Multi-strike is pretty good though too. But you know what? And we will get to upgrade this later. So for now, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go with the multi-strike. I really like multi-strike. And after a few floors, we will get to upgrade our champion again. All right. So now we're doing the first fight. Heaven's Priests, these disciples have dedicated themselves to the service of heaven and will attempt to restore the life of their companions. You know, they give you some lore and all that stuff. I'm probably not going to read it for the most part. And then we're given this option to do a trial. What a trial does, it's like extra risk, extra reward. And the trials are also different each time. You don't have to do them, but you've got the option. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. So normally they would start at the bottom floor and then work their way up. In this particular trial, they're going to start on all 3 floors. You know, it's early on. We do get 75 gold, which is very, very nice. Early trials tend to be, you know, I don't want to say they're not risky, but they're not as risky. And we've also summoned 4 dudes in the middle floor. So those are our trained stewards. So in our deck here, we start with 4 trained stewards always. And then that's like for every deck. For every deck, you always start with 4 trained stewards. And then in this Hellhorn, we also have 5 torches. We have 5 restores. And then we have our champion. So we're going to get more cards as we go. So, just to give you a quick visual overview, by default, this is the bottom floor. Or by always, it's the bottom floor. But by default, this is where the minions would spawn. Just in the bottom floor. And then we could put our champion or whatever minions on this side. And any minions that we don't kill after they fight will move up 1 floor at the end of the turn. And then same for these guys will move up floor, and then these guys will move up to this floor. This floor is our pyre room, our pyre floor, and this is our health. So in the top left, you've got the pyre health, 80 out of 80. It does have attack, so it can defend itself. But again, if it gets down to 80 health, you lose the whole run. So this is kind of where the tower defense part gets, and you want to kill the minions before they get to the top. So yeah, that's kind of why this event is a little riskier to start with, but I think I should be okay. So now the real tricky part is actually these guys have a buff. If you hover over it, you see this little green Rage 2. +4 attack, +2 per stack, decreases every turn. So for every stack of rage they get +2 attack. So they have 2 rage, that's 2 times 2, right? If it was rage 6, it would be +12 attack. So for every turn, though, it goes down 1 stack. So next turn, they'll go down to rage 1, and then it'll be rage 0. So these guys, they basically they get weaker as they go. And so, yeah. I feel like I'm explaining stuff a bit too much right now. So I'm just going to play and try to take out... Let's see here. Take out one of these guys. And then I'm going to restore and apply regen. So regen restores 1 health per stack at the end of the turn. So this guy, even though he doesn't need to be healed right now, he's 6 out of 6. He will take some damage. He's going to take -2 damage after this fight. And then we will regen one of that. And then, boom. Now 2 stacks. So you can see here on the right side, we're going to attack this guy. He's going to take 7 damage. And this guy in the back is going to be totally fine. So the way it works is that by default, you always attack the front enemy first. We don't have anybody behind our guy. But if we did, they wouldn't actually be getting attacked because our champion here is getting attacked. So we'll hit end turn. So, and the enemies by default, they also get to attack first. Alright, so they move up, they attack my pyre, and my pyre attacks back. The pyre has sweep, which you can also have on minions. And sweep is just it means it attacks all enemies at the same time. So rather than just attacking the front, it attacks them all, which is very, very nice. Now, okay, what we've got here, Collector. This is a cool little... It's basically a 1-turn fairy. If we kill the fairy, we get 50 gold, which is awesome. That said, the fairy sometimes is hiding behind other dudes, and you can't attack the fairy. But in this case, I can. So that's 50. That 50 gold is actually really, really good to get early on, just to get in general. But what I will do, we're gonna take this guy out because I'm sick and tired of him. Basically, the guy I took it down here, he heals. So he doesn't attack, he was healing this guy and anybody else on the floor for 5 health at the end of each turn. And then this, see, there you go. So he healed him. So now, while the pyre is taking damage, there are ways to heal it. And we will do them, but it's not like a dire thing until it... You play by ear, really. It depends on the situation, but this guy, he's gonna only do 2 damage to the pyre. I'm not gonna waste efforts on him, but I will take you out, and I will take. We'll attack you a bit. It doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, there's no reason to do that. All right. So now we're fighting the boss. Not the boss, but the boss for the first level. So this guy, he resolve adds weight of contrition card to the top of your draw pile. Triggers after combat. Don't worry about that. Basically, what's gonna happen here is these guys are gonna keep fighting back and forth until one side is dead. So I've got a red X over my champion. That means that I'm going to die at the end of this little back and forth. This guy is going to take 19 damage. This guy is going to be unscathed. So they'll move up to this floor. They'll fight these guys and keep on going. So what we want to do is, 1, I'm going to make it so he can't heal. And then, unfortunately, we're only going to be able to take 2 hits or yeah, so it's better just to put the damage on him rather than trying to restore. Actually, you know what? I didn't do my math correctly there. Okay. Let's think here. 10. I don't want my pyre to take more damage. We're not going to kill him anyways. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get any more tortures, but he gets one shot in. We kill him. Pretty simple. At the end of the fight, we get some spoils. We got that 50 gold from the collector, plus 75 from doing the trial. And then we also get some cards. Actually, no, I think that 50 gold was just from winning. The 50 gold we got from the collector was already applied. Yeah, my bad. So, we get to choose a card out of these 3. And the Hellhorn, they have like imp synergy cards. So there might be cards in this deck where for every imp you have, do X damage, or do this, or do that. So it's kind of neat. There are different imps. I'm trying to think of what ultimately I would like to do. So Fortify, apply 5 armor. That's nice. It's free. It's 0 energy, or 0 ember as it's called in this game. So this imp, summon, apply rage 3 to friendly units. So that's nice. You put him on a floor and he applies it to all of your friendly units. This guy, you summon him, he does 5 damage to all enemy units. I think I'm gonna go with the fledgling imp. Rage can be cool. And so this is actually a card from the Awoken, our secondary. So what I want to do here, ooh, this could be nice, but so enhance a unit with plus 8 attack and then minus 2 health. So if you have a way of actually getting their health up, this is cool, especially on dudes with multi-strike. Sting is a spell. Yeah, they're all spells though, so keep in mind that does affect us in the final boss. We might be able to... That's a tough one right now. I'm going to take it though, because the Hellhorned, we don't have them right yet, but the Hellhorned have some pretty beefy minions. So it'll actually be maybe okay. That said, I do want to get... So this is where we got to make a choice. You go left side or right side. Left side, there's a Merchant of Magic, and there's a Forgotten Boons. So Merchant of Magic is where you basically can upgrade your spell cards. And then this is just 75 free coins. The right side, you've got Merchant of Steel, where you upgrade your minions or your units to make them stronger. And then Hellhorned Banner is just where you we get to gain a Hellhorned unit. So I'm going to go right side here because I do want... Okay, so... Steelworker, Resolve, gain 5 armor. This is... Steelworker, I like Steelworker. So basically, it triggers after combat. So he's going to gain 5 armor as long as he's alive. And he's going to keep on gaining armor and armor and armor. And of course, it's a deck builder. There's different artifacts and other ways that actually make you increase even more armor. You can even double armor, things of that nature. So it can be pretty powerful. So this guy is actually a really good candidate for our Razor Sharp Edge. As long as we're careful. It does bring his health down, so applying it once would bring him down to 13 health. And then 11, you can do the math. But he's also going to have a lot of armor, so we might be able to get by with lower health and then beef him up. This guy, Demon Fiend, by default, I can't... Actually, we have sketches. So he might just get played automatically. So the thing with this guy is it takes 4 Ember to play him, which you start with 3. Again, we'll be able to upgrade that later if we choose. But being able to play him for free is... Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I want to. And he has a lot of attack. He's 50 attack, 50 health. So now we're in the Merchant of Steel. So at the bottom here, you've got 3 different, I don't know what you call these, runes, tokens, something that you can upgrade your minions with. And they're kind of random each time. So we could spend 50 gold to re-roll. And you might get the same ones again on the re-roll. You might get different ones. You might get some the same, some different. And what these do, so this one here, Fury Stone, upgrade a unit with 7 rage, so they will start with plus 2 attack times 7, so they'll start with plus 14 attack on their already existing attack, and then the rage will go down 1 per turn. Strength Stone, just you give a unit plus 10 strength, plus an attack, and then Eternal Stone, endless. Upgrade a unit with endless. So this is when one of your units dies, they're gone. You don't get to play them again in the fight. If you give them endless, when they die, they go back to your drop pile, the top of your drop pile actually. So that's pretty cool. But right now it's pretty expensive, and I don't really have minions I want to do that on. So I'm gonna click the reroll. Oh baby, oh baby. So what we're going to do is we're going to give multi-strike to Demon Fiend. So you can see as well, by default, we have 2 slots. You can upgrade to get a 3rd slot. But that's kind of rare, I would say, so you don't want to bank on it. So when you're putting in upgrades, you want to make sure, like, are you happy with it? Multi-strike is good. So instead of doing 50... damage, she's going to do 50 times 2, which is huge. That's huge. So we're going to upgrade that for 100. And then if I really wanted to, you know, I could maybe do upgrade with 4 spikes. I'm not going to worry about that. No, we're going to say, I was going to say we're going to save our money. I'm actually going to purge a card here. So what I'm doing is I'm purging a Train Steward. Generally, you want to purge them. You could do Train Steward decks. There are relics and things you can do around them, but we're not. So now we're going to go and fight the second boss. I'm going to start to pick up the pace a bit more as we go, by the way. I know I'm going slow, but like I said, this video will be slower than normal. Spikes, bring it on. Spikes are just like, if you played Slay the Spire, they're like thorns. So when you attack them, or when a unit attacks a unit that has spikes, the attacking unit will take some damage. You know, which is not great. But you can also get spikes on your guys. I love doing spikes. They're part of the Awoken deck. Alright, so we got our Demon Fiend, which is great, which means we have our Imp floating around in there. So really what I'm going to do is just put this guy at the top, because most things are probably not going to make it past this middle floor. I'm also going to do Razor Sharp Edge, so he's going to lose 2 health, but now he's going from 50 times 2 attack to 58 times 2, because it's plus 8 attack, and he's got multi-strike, so it's a really good card for us right now. And then what I will also do is just take out this punk, and I'll take out you. So these guys have rage, and like the trial said, they also have spikes, so they'll deal 3 damage to any unit that attacks. So that can hurt. So we'll hit end turn. Okay, that's a free collector. That's very nice. I'm also going to put our imp in behind. So this imp on summon gives the rest of the guys on this floor rage. So that's nice. And so also this individual here, the conduit infiltrator, has haste. What haste does is it brings everybody on this floor, the first floor, up to the third floor. So they're going to bypass the second floor, which we don't want because we want them to fight on the second floor and die. But, so one way I can prevent them from going up is just take out the unit that has haste. So now they'll go up to the second floor like these guys. Alright, end turn. There we go. Okay, brief respite. Basically, we get a turn where there are no minions entering the train on the bottom floor. And then next turn, the boss will arrive. So they give you a little bit of a break, which is kind of nice. What I'm going to do is just straight up take you guys out. Oh yeah, we're out of energy. Alright, there's the boss. Boss has haste. So this actually sucks. Because it means our demon is not going to get to fight. So what I'm going to do instead is give him attack. Oh, I'm an idiot. He has haste because of the guy in the back. MALF, gotta pay attention. I was thinking the boss himself had the haste. I would, you know. Don't I look like a fool? I should have given the razor's sharp edge to our guy in the back here. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter. Do a little damage to you. Basically, we're going to kill him in one go. He has 88 health. We're doing 116 damage with this guy. Okay, there we go. We'll just BM him a little bit. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. We'll collect our spoils. So, okay, we actually have to take a hidden passage here. Because of sketches, which puts 4 of our units randomly on the middle floor, what Ascend allows us to do is move up a floor to the back of that floor. So maybe there's a unit that we actually want to have on the middle floor, but we want them at the, the back. We can put them on the first floor, apply Ascend to them, and they will go up to the second floor, and then they'll get pushed to the back. Getting pushed to the back we maybe don't want, but, I mean, Hornbreak is also really good, but, like, this is going to be good for us. You'll see. We'll explain it a bit more later. Now, Steel Enhancer is actually pretty good here because it allows us to counteract the Razor Sharp Edge health loss. So it's -2 health. This one is +3. So it doesn't give you quite as much attack, for sure, but it's nice. And it's cheaper. So what I could do is, if we can upgrade it, we can make it even cheaper. And by cheaper, I mean free. And there's some other cool things you can do to it. So it's a pretty fun card to have, especially for units that have multi-strike, because it just makes it that much better. Now, okay, here is the choice, right or left. So left, you've got the Merchant of Steel. We could get an Awoken unit. This Concealed Cavern applies to both paths. On the right side, we could get a Hellhorned unit. And Hell Vent. Duplicate any card except your champion. So, I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna just... We gotta duplicate the Demon Fiend. For the memes, for the lulz, if we can get to a point where we can remove enough Train Stewards, we'll just always be summoning them on the second floor. which is great. So let's go see who we get. And if I want... Rage on friendly units adds an additional +2 per stack. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice, not nice. Nice isn't a word, right? You know what? I'm actually going to skip here because I like the idea of going double fiend. So when you skip, you actually get a little gold as well. Before we go there, let's check out the concealed caverns. This is like a special event, or events. There's many events. And this one, what happens? So absorb from far. Copy a card. Throw something in. Copy a card 5 times. What if I just... I don't want 5 demon fiends because I can't really play them myself. But, what if I just copied 1? And then we're gonna copy another one. Oh, this is gonna be pretty fun. I do want to upgrade them. It's unfortunate that this guy isn't fully upgraded, but it's still gonna be... This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So we do need to get rid of our other train swords because we might not be summoning. As long as we can summon at least 1 demon on the middle floor, I'll be happy. Okay, we got one. Okay, so now what the problem is, these guys are going to be dead weight in our hand because I don't have the energy to play them. Alright. Okay, so let's just go ahead and... We can't really do anything else here. Let's just end turn. So this boss is a little different too because he's kind of active the whole way through. And he'll move up and do stuff. So he doesn't attack us, but what he does is he'll kind of help out his dudes and all that kind of stuff. But if we can kill, like, we can do damage to him before the end. So you could kill him before he actually tries to kill you. Which is pretty neat. So if we can get rid of... So we're actually going to do 58 damage to him, which is pretty nice. We might as well... Yeah, I'll put you in front there. All right. All right, he's moving up that floor. Let's take this guy out. And then what I will do is take you out. Doesn't really matter too much what I do here. I'll take you out. So these guys have a extinguish, triggers on death, deal 1 damage to front enemy unit. So that's why this guy was taking damage. A lot of times I don't pay attention to these buffs and such that the enemy units have, and it does bite me in the butt. Their buff bites me in the butt. All right. So now I will... This guy's gonna die, which is honestly fine. What I will do is just take out a bunch of these punks. This guy here, constructed explosive, is part of this dude, or his deck. Triggers on this unit's turn, despawn and deal 10 damage to the front enemy unit. So you don't have to kill them, they kill themselves. Well, I should say, you want to kill them if they're on a floor with your units and all that, but... so I'm going to take you out, and then we will make you stronger and heal you up a little bit. So the cool thing with multi-strike, too, is if you just attack once, even if it's overkill, say you do 100 attack, 100 damage per attack on a unit, and maybe the unit only has 10 health, that 90 extra damage, it doesn't go to anybody else, right? But with multi-strike, the first strike, if it's the killing blow, the second strike will then automatically go to the next unit in line. So it's pretty good for that. And of course, if the first unit has a ton of health, then you just get a second crack at them, which is also pretty freaking awesome. Let's take you out, and we'll heal you up, and we'll enter. Alright, so I'm going to start speeding these turns up a little bit more. Well, I mean, we're overkilling here. And he's dead. Alright, so we get our spoils. We get a rare pack. Consume double armor on a unit. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Armor, you know, you can do some pretty fun stuff. That said, I'm not really going for that, and I don't think I need it. Restore friendly units to full health, which is pretty nice. Consume, apply quick. This allows us to attack first. It's pretty awesome. While I do like Wildwood, I'm taking the quick. And we're actually going to not take any of these guys because I'm going with the Demon Fiend that we're going to auto-spawn 3 of them on the middle floor. Maybe we'll get a chance to duplicate one more. But, yeah, we're going to skip. So now, normally I would take additional capacity. So something I haven't been showing you is like at the top of each card, so there it shows you the capacity. So this guy takes up 2 spots, this guy takes up 3, our imp here takes up 1. So on each floor, by default, if we click here, you can see we start with 3 Ember at the start of each turn. We draw 5 cards at the start of each turn, and we have capacity of 5 on each floor. So by default, I could play like on any given floor, I could put my champion here. He takes up 2, and then this Demon Fiend takes up 3, so that takes up 5 total. There's no more room for others. There are some things that bypass that, like this card here, Ascend a Unit, will bypass your capacity. That said, there is a hard limit in the game to 7 units on a given floor. You cannot, to the best of my knowledge, have any more than 7 units. Those 7 units could be massive. They could have a much higher capacity. But because we auto put 4 dudes on the middle floor, and it's already bypassing our capacity, I'm actually gonna take the energy, because now I can play the Demon Fiend, and then I can ascend them up a floor. It makes this deck more playable, but by default I would go with capacity usually, or you might go card draw as well. Was the middle choice there, depending on your deck and all that. So which way do we want to go? We want to go the left side here. Let me explain. There's a unstable vortex. This lets you discard 2 cards from your deck for free. Again, you can always discard cards from shops, so we may want to do that here as well, but that costs money, and it costs an increasing amount each time you do it. And then Pyre health, so we can restore 20 health to our Pyre, which we will mostly be able to use. The right side here, you know, I like the artifacts. Getting another artifact would be great, but again, Like, we gotta go left side. So we're going to get rid of 2 train stewards. So now we have 1 train steward to get rid of, and I might actually end up wanting to get rid of the imp. But maybe not. Let's see here. So it is a magic shop, so this is upgrading magic cards, not our spell cards, not our units. But this one is pretty good. Upgrade a spell to gain double stack. What that does is, for certain cards, it's for status effects, it doubles the status effect. So regen is a status effect. So if I apply it, so now we get regen too. Not worth it to do it on these cards. We don't really have any other spells with status effects. But to give an example, there's frostbite cards in the game. Frostbite kind of works like poison in Slay the Spire, where say you put 10 frostbite on an enemy unit, they take 10 damage, and then it'll go down a bit each turn. So then next turn they would take, is it 9 or 8 damage, and then so on and so forth, right? But then you can keep applying more and more frostbite. Anyways, the point is, if say we had a card that gave 10 frostbite, double stack would double it. So they would do 20 frostbite. So double stack is really good, just not for us right now. Upgrade a spell with plus 20 magic power and consume. So this makes the card better, but consume, so it can only be played once per battle. So again, you could do it on like this. So now they're restoring 22 health, but you only get to play it once, right? So again, I mean, it might be okay for something like a torch. Actually, yeah. And then spell cost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one free. And then I'm also going to re-roll. So, permafrost, this is kind of like retain. So, when a card enters your hand that has permafrost, it'll stay in there. It won't discard at the end of the turn. It only discards once you've played it. So again, that's a pretty nifty card. But what I'm going to do instead is make Steel Enhancer free. Play that whenever we can. Is there anything I would want to like hold on to? Not really. So what I will also do is purge our last train steward. Yeah. So what's great is now that with the train steward purged, these are our 4 units. Our champion doesn't count as one that could get just like auto-played by our sketches artifact. So we know every battle at the start, these 4 guys are going to be there. We don't know the order, which for the most part, I mean, for these guys doesn't matter, but where the imp is, you kind of want the imp to be in the back, to be honest, but anyways, let's just leave, save the rest of our money, and now we get to upgrade our champion. So, we can do, I mean, the thing is we're not really using our champion, but we could do multi-strike 2 and then armor 15, but so that would be brawler 2, but I'm actually going to go for Reaper 1 because we've already got the multi-strike, which I like. So now if we take this upgrade, we add on plus 10 attack for each time we kill an enemy unit. So that makes the multi-strike pretty awesome. So here you could do 6 times 3, which is 18, obviously. Or you could do 25 times 2, which is 50. But every time we get a kill, it's 35 times 2, 45, so on and so forth. So it's pretty neat. So let's go and fight. Let's get a sip of water. So non-boss enemy units restore all health when they move up a floor. I'm going to do this because we do a lot of damage, and I don't think they're going to make it past the 4th or the 2nd floor. I hope. Oh, yo, let's go. Perfect order. So our imp is in the back, like I was saying, and he's given +3 rage to each of these guys, which is great. So what I will do is put... Unfortunately, he's not getting the kill on this guy, but... Oh, yes, he is. So, now we've ensured that this guy's gonna die. So by getting the slay, he's gonna go from 25 attack to 35, and then really it's 35 times 2. So, that's really good. And nobody's gonna make it past this floor, which is awesome, obviously. So we're gonna play that, and then actually give him a little more health, and then I'm gonna give him some love in there. So you can already see 46 times 2 attack, and he started with 25 times 2. So he got a kill 56 times 2. You can see how good that slay is, especially if you can get him kills early on. So he's gonna take this guy out. We're gonna give him quick, actually. So he gets the first attack. Again, let's give him restore. Oh, we could... Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put him back here. So even though he's in the back, so by default, like, the guy in the front attacks first, and then the second guy goes next, so on and so forth. Anybody with quick will go first. So even though he's in the back, by having quick, he actually attacks first. So he's gonna get the kill on this guy, which is great. I mean, these guys in their own right are amazing, but our champion is... And he's protected, though, because he won't get attacked first. He gets to attack first, but he doesn't get attacked first. Just take you out. Oh. There we go, and we can just end. Look at that. 76 times 2, and he'll... He doesn't even need the multi-strike on this guy anymore. Let's give him a little more health. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so the boss is there. What I will do is give my boy here. He's doing 97 times 2. And then what I can actually do, so ascend a unit. It's a unit. It's not. It doesn't have to be your unit. So what I could do is just bring him up, and we're gonna fight you now. We're gonna fight you now, sir. Actually incredible. This is fun. This is fun. All right, what do we got? Artifact. When a friendly unit is healed, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to the damage shield. You know, it's Priority's Cloak. It's nice to have it. In some decks, that's insanely powerful. For us, not really. So you know what? I'm actually gonna skip it and take the 25. You know what? I think sacrifice imp. We only have the one imp. So, and I might not even have that imp for long, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Branding Rate, piercing, deal 5 damage, apply 20 armor. So this, you do a little damage, but you get 20 armor, which is kind of okay. That's it. Inferno, deal 100 damage to friendly and enemy units. That's good for us in a way, because we could play this on like the bottom floor or even the third floor, where we're just keeping all of our enemy units You know, let's take it. We're keeping all our enemy units on the second floor, so we just won't play it on the second floor. Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, okay. Do I want to take +3, apply spikes, restore 25 health? No, I want to keep the deck kind of thin. Thin Lizzy. I might actually get rid of some more cards. And we get artifact, and we can make our dude stronger. You know, duping... I kind of want to do it, but also... No, I want to do this. So what I'm going to do is... get rid of that. And I'll get rid of one of these as well. Let's check out our artifact. The start of turn, add a random imp unit to hand. I mean, you can do an imp deck, and that's incredibly good to have. Gain 7 energy on the first turn of battle. It's okay, but like it doesn't actually really help us because I'm gonna skip. It hurts to be skipping on artifacts, but it doesn't really help us. Okay, upgrade a unit with quick. Upgrade a unit with that. Let's put quick on one of our... Do I actually want to do that? I kind of like the idea of keeping quick on my champion. Yeah, I'm actually going to reroll these. Oh, okay, here we go. This is good, though. So we're going to put large stone. So large stone, it increases their capacities, their size, but it gives them +15 attack, +40. So we'll put that on this guy, and then if we end up duplicating another one, we'll duplicate this guy. And I mean, I might as well give one of them, like, yeah, we'll just give you the attack. This, I don't want to say this is a one run, but it's pretty good. And I will get rid of, do I want to get rid of the imp? Not yet. But I will get rid of another torch. And let us leave. Okay. I know, again, I'm going slower in this episode, especially at this difficulty, but I'm trying to explain stuff. Non-boss enemies enter with 4 spikes. I don't care. We will spank them. We will spank them so good. Alright. So now... here's what you do. Let me think. Let me do the math for a second. 6 plus 10, so 16. They have 4 spikes, so 4. So multi-strike would actually be, sorry, you could do 8, 9, 10, 11. And then he'd do 6 damage. Yeah, we wouldn't survive that. So what I'm gonna do is this. Just kill them. I'll put you here. And then we'll play this on you. And, sure. Why not? Doesn't really matter. I want ascend. Okay, we got ascend. We're gonna put you back. We're gonna give you quick. This is good. This is good. And then we're gonna take you out. I mean, you're done. But there. So you got a slay. I'm gonna give you some more, especially the health. These guys, I mean, the Inferno's nice, but like, I want my boy to get some kills. We're gonna be fine. Like, I'm not worried. Worried I am not. So this guy's got spikes, so we wanna regen a little bit here. And then, actually, I gotta be careful. These spikes are going to, yeah, I might actually be screwing myself here. Take you out. That said, even without our champion, we win. Okay, yeah, he is unfortunately going to die from the spikes. Wait, can I regen the death away? No. It's unfortunate, but again, we're gonna win. So we're gonna we'll just give our big boy even more loving, and then do some damage to you. Do some damage to you. Do that. All right. Stealth sucks. So, not a target in combat for the next 7 turns. Which is really not great. There are ways we can kind of reduce that buff, but we can at least do some damage, and then also regen our dude here. Alright, and now you're screwed. Alright. Spells gain an extra upgrade slot. Like, it doesn't help us because I'm not... Like, every artifact that I'm getting are not helping my specific deck. Move a unit to the front and apply 10 armor. This is good. This really is what you want when you have Sketches of Salvation, along with the Ascend card that we already have. And there is a Descend card as well, but we don't really need it. So, but this is great because you can. It's basically just like if you apply it to the unit in the front that is already there, and it's just 10 free armor, or you apply it to any unit, and it'll move them to the front, and then they get 10 armor. So that's good stuff. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have skipped. Nah, it's okay. Money. Trinkets, so we can actually buy artifacts at the Merchant of Trinkets. We don't need Pyre health. We're at full health there. Vortex, we could get rid of some cards if we want. Magic. This is a tough one because, I mean, as far as magic goes, I would like to make March of Shields, you know, cheaper, and yeah, I'm not gonna worry about, yeah, we're gonna go left side here. Let's go to the caverns first. What do you got for me? Which clan's artifact do you take from the collapsing tree? Oh, get a random melting rim consumable card. Random station. Random umbra. Let's take the Stygian Guard, I guess. Consume. Apply Frostbite 6 to enemy units. It's Consume. It's Frostbite. I'll take it, actually. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And then let's get rid of a Restore. And a Torch. Thin deck, 17 cards, nice. So now Merchant of Magic, we're gonna try to... Oh, Holdover. Oh my gosh. So, as much as I'd like to put Holdover on Razor Sharp Edge, the fact that it does remove health each time hurts, the better play is Steel Enhancer. It really is. So what Holdover does is, if you say we get the Steel Enhancer in our hand, we play it that turn, Holdover puts it at the top of your draw pile for the next turn. So as long as you play it, it'll be in your hand each turn. If you don't play it, it goes to the discard pile, and then you gotta wait again. But, I mean, this is free. We get a free +3/+3. Upgrade a spell with +20 magic power and consume. I mean, we could actually maybe want to do that with a Restore. I don't have a ton of money. Let's think about this. I definitely want this to be free. Don't really have enough to reroll. Reroll would be risky because it costs 50. We'd have 30. We could barely buy anything. So, you know what? Let's put that on one of these restores. There might be a time when we're like, yo, I wish I had more health right now. And then we still have 2 restores after. All right, let's go to the fight. All right. This punk, they have multi-strike and empowers units with rage. Well, I got multi-strike too. So, what are you gonna do? All right. Also in this fight, yeah, there's these little statues. They don't attack by default. But then Fel here empowers them. So this one is now doing 6 damage times 2. But you can see by default they do 0 by 2. So what we're going to do is... I'm going to play you here. I'm going to Frostbite these guys. So this dude is dying. I will make you stronger. And that, and then that. As long as you survive. So these guys are just... The boss is half dead after the first turn. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. That's pretty good, in case you didn't know. So now we want to ascend our unit here. It's going to go to the back. And it's going to, like, destroy you guys. And then I'm going to beef you up. We got to give quick to our champion here, which should be coming up. There we go. And then it consumes, so our deck is now even thinner. We're going to give you that. I'm going to give our front boy... Actually, we'll put big boy in the front and give him big armor. And then I'll heal you up. Take you out. Okay. And we're just going to keep doing that. This is good stuff. Yep, we're good. Okay, so you see the holdover. Every turn we're drawing Steel Enhancer. As long as we play it, it's going to be there. And then we're going to put more armor on this guy. Wait, did I? What? Did that work? Just attack you. So I got an achievement there. Life fell less. So we didn't get to the point in this fight where the boss was actually attacking us. We killed them. We killed Fell. Fell down the stairs. And Ravioli. So that's pretty good. Channel Song. Consume. Draw a unit and enhance it with +20, +20, and 0. This card, in theory, you look at it, it's amazing. It sucks because for some reason, it always seems to be the last card you draw. So you've already like put your units into play. So it just becomes a dead card. From my experience and many people I've talked to while streaming this game. Consume and play 25 armor. Actually, I might take Cycle of Life because after all of our minions are in play, I mean, we've got a lot of energy and free cards, so this is just like, that's good eats. And at this point, I'll probably actually do, I might do card draw. I'm gonna do card draw. We don't really need a lot of our cards that we have and we play frequently. We've made them free. We don't need capacity. So card draw definitely helps. Is there anything I do want to vortex? If I were able to dupe another one of these guys, I'd get rid of the imp. But for now, having the imp is fine. Keeps us company. I'm kind of okay with what we've got. So I might go left side here and yeah, left side we'll get a trinket money and maybe upgrade some of our stuff. Demon units get multi-strike. Multi-strike 1. This guy's already got multi-strike. Oh my gosh. I've never actually had this with... So now they have multi-strike 2. So this guy's doing 65 damage times 3. 60 times 3. 50 times 3. Oh my gosh. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. This run on a 0 Covenant. I wish I had this run on like, you know, our 7 Covenant or 8 or 10 or whatever. Let's reduce the cost of something that I'm going to be playing this like as much as I can. I'm going to do this again. And to remove consume, it costs 1 more. Like, I don't really need to do it for crystalline seeds, but let's do it. And then we're gonna... Actually, do you want to make it free? No, let's make this one cost 1. Yeah. That's good stuff. And then, magic power. 110. Yeah, let's have that one do... No, we don't need to do that. Let's just make this one better. Alright, let's leave. Get our champion upgrade, our third and final upgrade. On Slay gets plus 20. Or give him multi-strike 2, which is also like pretty good. Let me do the math here. So he's 50 times 2 is 100, or 25 times 3, which is 75. So for each for a kill, he would do 70 times 2 is 140, or 35 times 3, which is 105. Yeah, it's just... Obviously, he gets more armor here. But, you know, it's just better over here. And we're going to get him a lot of kills. You know, I've had some runs in this that feel pretty good. This one actually... Except for the spell part, it feels like a one run. I don't know, we'll see. Get plus 400. Like, honestly, let's do it. Let's do it. Doing trials this late can be hurtful. All right. So what I'm going to do here... Okay, now he lives. He's gonna kill this guy, and then we're gonna pop him up. Okay, we did get a send. This is the benefit of having the more card draw and a thinner deck. I'm gonna pop you up. We're gonna give you quick right now. We're gonna enhance you. And also do that. I'll restore you for 12. Yeah, and this one doesn't get consumed. And then this one does get consumed. Do I want to play it on any... What do you do? Gain multi-strike. Okay. I mean, you know what? I want the gold. I don't mind consuming the torch for that. So now, I'm going to put Big Boy in the front. Give him armor. Give you that. Frostbite those suckers. And then just give our front buddy some regen. Oh, that Frostbite's going to do work too. Alright. So our champion here, by the way, is doing a lot of damage. 107 times 2. Make that 115 times 2. And we should actually put the spikes on our front dude. Like, part of me wants to do Inferno because it's like I can. Sure, why not? It just, I am stealing kills from our boy here. Maybe I should stop doing that, but... why am I regenning? This guy doesn't get to attack. Alright, there's the boss. We're doing 158 times 2 with him. Let's up that a bit more. And a bit more. 169, nice. Okay, he's gonna die, so now the boss doesn't get multi-strike, which is gonna go a very long way. Alright. See how long this lasts. Frostbite. And I'll burn you. I'll burn you. This is just incredibly fun. This is it's just too easy. It's too easy. Rage serum. Consume, apply 3 rage. We don't really, you know, you can do like rage synergies and all that kind of stuff. You can do some pretty powerful things. Right now our deck is full on like brute force. So you know what? We're gonna skip. Keep the deck thin. We don't need it. Restore friendly unit to full health and then swap attack and health. That's good for, there are some tanky units that have like a ton of health, but maybe not a lot of attack. So I've never actually done this or, you know, had it part of my deck, but I could see it being pretty cool. Apply 1 rooted to enemy unit. Again, I'm not worried. Not worried. We don't really need to change anything going into the final fight. The only difference is our spells are going to be consumed, but... Oh. So here's the deal. So I am going to dupe our big demon fiend, and then we're going to purge our imp. Yes. Yes. Multi-strike. I have so much money. Why not? 50 times 4. No big deal. Let's, yeah, we're getting rid of it. So we can't upgrade them anymore anyways. And then we're going to purge this little guy. Sorry, buddy. And then we're going to leave. We're going to go here. And we're going to dupe. So 65 times 3 is 195, if my math is correct. This is obviously 200, but this guy's got 90 health. So that's why I'm gonna duplicate the big boy. And let's just go get our trinket shop. 440. I should have probably checked this first. Grant +1 stack of spikes each time it is applied. That's actually not bad for our cycle of life. 50% chance to remove all buffs. Cards with consume have 50% chance to be discarded instead. 100% gonna do this because this end boss devours your spells. It's gonna apply consume to all of our first spell played. So this is actually really good. And then, you know what? I'll take that. And then we're gonna leave because this is the final fight. We have no more chances to spend money. All right. This is an annoying boss to fight for sure, especially when you have a... I mean, you can't do a spell-driven deck. Well, you could, I guess, if you have enough spells and counters and all that, but... Okay, so we have Ascend right away, which is really, really awesome. And we also have Quick. So this guy's putting Vengeful Shard in our hand. Reserve. Your player takes 1 damage. No, it doesn't. So we gotta play it, and now it won't take the damage. And I will also... I don't know, just attack you, I guess. Alright, I'm going to play that. Give you some extra attack. He's doing 122. I want him to get the kill here. Gonna give our big boy armor. and regen and turn. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a certified idiot. I'm what you call an idiot. I forgot about the whole consume thing. It's fine, but it sucks. I mean, it doesn't matter. It was gonna be, eventually we're gonna run out of cards to, I don't want my pirate taking damage. This guy's taking 575 health and is not even like the fight. You know what? Let's just make our pyre not take any damage. Let's see. Maybe this doesn't consume. It didn't consume. Let's go. That's the wing clippings prevented it from consuming that time. Guy is taking a big beating. Yeah, I mean, it's a one run. Oh, this one didn't consume. I do kind of want it to consume, though, is the thing. Because I want my champion attacking first. Alright, so we're pretty near the end. Let's ascend you. Did that one consume? I don't think so. Did I consume something? I don't know. I'm confused. Let's take a shot at you. Give you some health. All right, come on. Let's get this going. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Might consume. It did not. Oh my gosh. We're leaving our boy with 3 health. I love it. I mean, he's dead. I got another achievement. Sans Seraph. I don't know what that one is. Is it beating the boss before the actual, like, end fight? Or not taking pyre damage? I don't know. I don't know. It's all good. All right, that's the run. Again, this was slower because I'm taking more time to try and explain things to people that maybe are new to the game. So, if you played a lot of it, thank you for your patience and allowing me to take my time here. Tomorrow and future days will be a bit quicker, but there's still stuff to explain once we start playing some of the other clans. And I leveled up our Hellhorn, so we're now level 7, so we get some new cards. Alpha Fiend. Strike +3 attack. Triggers when attacking. Okay. So when he's attacking, he gets +3 attack? Whoa, you know what? I was like, yo, that's really good. That's really good. You know what? That is, wow. Okay, so he starts with 10 attack. Nothing earth-shattering. But he attacks one dude. Okay, he gets +3. Next dude, +3, +3, +3. Now, give him multi-strike. Just imagine. Wow. That's good. Oh, wow. That's good. Dark deal, apply 5 damage. Sorry, deal 5 damage, apply 7 rage. So, what this means is you're actually applying 5 damage to your unit. They're going to take some damage, but they get 7 rage, so that's plus 2 attack per stack, so that's plus 14 attack. But you could also use this card if you have an enemy unit. You're like, why would you want to put rage? Why would you want to make the enemy unit stronger? But if, say, they had 5 health or 4 or 3 or whatever, deal 5 damage. Boom, they're dead. They can't use rage if they're dead. Imp in a box. Consume. Add 2 random imp units to your hand. So, as I mentioned before, you can actually do some pretty fun imp decks. There was that one artifact we passed up on where we get a random free imp like every turn, which is pretty flippin' awesome. And then a lot of other imps, you know, they can synergize well with other spells and other imps, and yeah, it's pretty neat. So this, you know, that could be a good thing to have. And then this is an artifact, Resonant Shard. Oh, Ryan sharded. Rage adds an additional plus 1 attack per second. That's really good. If you, I mean, yeah. I beat my friend. All right. Again, that was not on Covenant, so it was technically easier. But that said, that deck we had, very, 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 very strong. I felt very good with that. It was nice. It was simple. Quick to get it set up and just get it going. And that's nice. That's nice. So don't get used to that because normally I can't get the deck set up that well. But anyways, yeah. So that's you know, Hellhorned and Awoken. So tomorrow we're gonna turn on Covenant 1, and we'll probably actually we'll go down the list here. We'll do Awoken as our primary tomorrow, and perhaps I'll try one of the Umbra or the Melting Remnants, because I haven't won with that combo or either one of those combos yet. So maybe we'll do that. And yeah. Anyways, I appreciate it. I know this is a longer video. Hopefully they'll be closer to the hour mark on average, depending on the run. But if you enjoyed this, if you watched the whole thing, or you watched a good chunk of it, or you just liked what you did watch of it, please consider giving a like. It's free. It helps me out a great deal. And you know how it works. It lets me know that you're enjoying the content and the videos, and so I focus on making more of those, right? And that's cool. That's cool. And of course, if you're new, maybe consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you are notified of future episodes as they go live. Anyways, I'm out of here. This is a good time. Thank you for being there. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, peace out.